Generator Rex, being an action-packed sci-fi series, introduced us to a teenage boy who not only rocked a killer hairstyle, but also had the uncanny ability to conjure up the most outrageous biomechanical contraptions of our imagination. Oh, you're in for a treat because we'll cover Generator Rex from start to end in detail.
So make ready, start a revolution.
It all begins with a group of 6 scientists coming together with a grand vision. You see, in theory, the Nanites had the potential to end hunger, cure diseases, and increase life expectancy. So Dr. Gabriel Rylander and Dr. Peter Meechum, Dr. Van Kleiss, Dr. Caesar, joined by Rafael and Violeta Salazar, devote themselves to Project Nanite in a research lab built in Abysus. During the initial phases of the Nanite Project, Caesar Salazar assumed a leading role in developing the control of Nanite named Alpha. However, unforeseen consequences arise when Alpha begins to develop self-awareness, possessing a desire to manifest in a physical form. Recognizing the dangers inherent in Alpha's evolving desires, Caesar developed a dimensional disruptor and sent Alpha to the Null Void. As a direct response, a counterpart, the Omega-1 Nanite, is developed. Due to their own ulterior motives, the consortium begins providing substantial financial backing to the project. Within the Nanite Project researchers, a division arises which results in the formation of a splinter group harboring distinct ideals regarding the application of nanites. During a conflict between the two factions, Rex sustains an injury. In a desperate attempt to save his life, Violeta and Rafael inject him with completed nanites, which save Rex's life but also grant him the unexpected abilities of communicating with nanites. Rex would then go on to be classified as the first EVO. Soon after, the researchers make a groundbreaking discovery that the nanites contain the potential of manipulating and altering the very fabric of the universe itself. In order to unleash this power, the 5 meta-nanites were developed. Each meta-nanite housed a fragment of powerful cipher known as the Dominion God or the God Code. This cipher held the instructions for each meta-nanite to assume control over a distinct aspect of reality. To prevent meta-nanites from falling into the hands of Consortium, the Salazar family encodes the program into Rex. However, since the threat posed by individual meta-nanites still loomed over their heads, the Salazar family took on a much more drastic measure. Rafael, Violeta, and Caesar Salazar make the decision of destroying the nanite reactor in Abysus. This causes a massive explosion that releases the nanites into Earth's atmosphere, infecting all living beings. While most scientists manage to flee, Van Kleiss, the cunning antagonist, locks Rafael and Violeta inside the reactor chamber, leading to their tragic deaths. As a result of the explosion, Rex experiences a complete loss of his memories. Meanwhile, Caesar manages to escape the blast in his pod laboratory, but the shockwave causes his lab to enter a near light speed state for 15 minutes. This unexpected time distortion catapults Caesar 5 years into the future. As for Abysus, the country is engulfed in a dense concentration of nanites. Van Kleiss meets his apparent demise in the blast, but instead of perishing, he undergoes a startling metamorphosis, becoming an EVO with remarkable dominion over the nanite-infused environment of Abysus. In the aftermath, Gabriel Rylander goes into hiding in South America, safeguarding the Omega-1 nanite in his possession. Rex, the second son of Violeta and Rafael, and the brother of Caesar, possesses extraordinary abilities that set him apart. Not only is he the sole known human EVO capable of healing other EVOs, but he also wields a range of additional talents. Among them is his remarkable capacity to conjure machines and weapons at will. Prior to the Nanite event, Rex spent most of his summers in a small South American town where he played with his best friend Federico. Years later, Rex goes on a rampage in Mexico after transforming into a giant biomechanical form. In response, Providence, a global military organization formed after the Nanite event, mobilizes a team of their skilled soldiers, including Agent 6 and White Knight, to confront the threat posed by Rex. After sustaining heavy damage, Rex crashes into a building, reverting back to his human form. In this state, he is found by Agent 6, who rescues him without realizing that he is the same EVO who had just been wreaking havoc. Despite 6's initial hesitation, he shows compassion for Rex upon discovering his amnesia. As Rex reveals his power to cure EVOs by neutralizing the nanites responsible for their transformation, Agent 6 brings him to Providence to showcase his curative powers to Dr. Rebecca Holliday. Dr. Holiday, who had been tirelessly searching for a way to reverse the mutations caused by EVOs instead of resorting to lethal measures, is amazed by the potential Rex holds in finding a cure. Despite the hopeful discovery, Agent 6 harbored doubts about the trustworthiness of the head of research and development, Dr. Fell, and his partner, White Knight. Unfortunately, 6's suspicions are confirmed when White Knight, along with Dr. Fell, took drastic measures. White Knight and Dr. Fell kidnap Rex with the intention of dissecting him meticulously, molecule by molecule, in a bid to cure the entire planet in one big shot. This course doesn't sit right with Agent 6, who believe that risking what they already know for something uncertain is like trying to replace a perfectly good pizza with questionable pineapple toppings. Okay, Agent, went a bit specific there. During an intense confrontation between Agent 6 and White Knight, the EVO dissembling machine malfunctions. Luckily, no one is harmed as Rex saves the day.
How did you
Hold it to turn off, and it did.
However, White Knight ends up getting his nanites destroyed. As a result of his 0 nanite count, he's promoted as the new head of Providence. Meanwhile, Dr. Holiday takes over Dr. Fell's position. Rex's bravery and exceptional abilities secure him the position as Providence's secret weapon. He also forms a close relationship with 6, Dr. Holiday, and Bobo Haha, an EVO chimpanzee who serves Providence and possesses the extraordinary ability to communicate fluently in human language.
Talking chimps? Not normal.
It's been several months since Rex started working with Providence. On a usual day, he successfully defeats a rampant multi-faced EVO, but gets an earful for his performance. Frustrated by his lack of freedom, Rex and sidekick Bobo Haha break out of Providence and embark on a road trip. Rex and Bobo come across a group of teenagers known as the Skaters and a boy named Noah. While the Skaters were seeking to exploit Rex's powers for personal gain, Noah stands out as a genuine friend to both Rex and Bobo. As Agent 6 comes to retrieve Rex, a formidable group of EVOs known as the Pack, led by Biowolf, Scalamander, and Breach, push Rex, Noah, and Bobo into the portal to Abysus. As Van Kleiss approaches the group, red flowers bloom at his feet, showcasing his control over nature. Van Kleiss introduces himself and the principles of the Pack. He then leads the group to his castle, where Van Kleiss claims that nanites are a gift. Rex vehemently opposes, to which Van Kleiss states that Rex has barely recognized his potential. While alone with Van Kleiss, Rex learns about the nanite event from him. After Van Kleiss' explanation on the subject, Rex asks him how he's related to the Nanite Project. Van Kleiss reveals that the project has everything to do with Rex. He suddenly ensnares Rex and states that his own body is unstable and relies on a constant infusion of active nanites for his survival. Van Kleiss' fingers transform into needles, and he ruthlessly plunges them into Rex's chest. With the timely intervention of a rescue team led by Agent 6, Rex manages to break free from Van Kleiss' clutches. At the end of the episode, it's revealed that Noah is hired by White Knight to influence him to be more obedient. Later on, 6 and Rex embark on a mission to New York to confront Peter Meechum, an EVO with the ability of effectively turning people into mind-controlled zombies. Once the group's attempt to cure and contain goes to hell, Providence makes the difficult decision of bombing Peter and his 11 million zombie victims. Rex remembers Peter talking about a her and instructs Noah to break into Peter's apartment. The duo comes to the discovery that Van Kleiss has taken Peter's daughter, Sarah, hostage. Rex convinces Peter to let him cure him in exchange for rescuing his daughter. With Peter cured, Rex fulfills his end of the bargain. While enjoying their time in the resort town of Cabo Luna, Rex gets into a scuffle with a local jock. During a spirited game of volleyball, Rex crosses paths with a girl named Cersei. The two encounter each other again at the beach, where they're attacked by a sea monster EVO. During the crucial time, the two end up revealing their EVO powers while fighting the sea monster. Upon the arrival of Breach and Biowolf, Cersei explains to Rex that she's trying to join the Pack and defeating the EVO was her first task. Rex tries to invite Cersei to join Providence, however, he's met with refusal as Cersei reveals that she belongs with the Pack. With that, she leaves Rex in a sorrowful state. Rex and Agent 6 embark on a crucial mission to apprehend an EVO named Foulmouth. During the encounter, Foulmouth's incessant taunting pushes Rex to his limits, causing him to lose his temper and subsequently his ability to control his powers. Following a thorough examination by Dr. Holiday, it is determined that Rex's loss of power control is caused because of his temper. During their exploration of Providence, Rex takes Noah on a tour of various facilities, including his own room and the basketball court. They also visit the petting zoo, where Rex decides to show Noah an additional area called the Hole, where dangerous EVOs are kept. Unfortunately, they inadvertently unleash a dangerous spider EVO. While attempting to flee from the petting zoo, the boys end up trapped, courtesy of Dr. Holiday, who puts the facility in a lockdown. Rex initially tries to defeat the EVO on his own, but Noah, in a state of panic, ends up revealing that he works for White Knight. As Rex's temper rises, he ultimately ends up losing his powers. Rex and Noah arm themselves and reach the zoo's exit, but the spider EVO grabs Noah. Dr. Holiday theorizes that Rex lost control due to unstable emotions and states that Noah is still a genuine friend. Motivated by this, Rex returns to the zoo, subdues the EVO, and is stopped from killing it by Holiday, who reveals she is her incurable sister. Rex decides to temporarily leave Providence so he can have space to re-establish his friendship with Noah. During his latest road trips, Rex stumbles upon an engineer called Jacob and his people that happen to be under attack by a group of Gnashed. After easily defeating the EVOs, Rex learns that they're a group of scientists and engineers led by a man called the Architect. Rex also finds out that the group's current objective is to build a transmitter that enables communication and potential control over the world's nanite population. Rex feels a strong connection with Jacob's family in the idyllic village and offers his assistance in constructing the antenna. Using his powers, Rex accelerates the construction process by years. Curiosity gets the better of Rex, prompting him to pursue the Architect for more information about the Nanite communication project. Despite objections from others, Rex chases after the Architect into the transmitter. It is there that he uncovers the truth. The Architect is an android controlled by the Zag-RS. Zag-RS discloses its sinister plan to broadcast the self-destruct code to all nanites, a catastrophic event that would threaten all life on the planet. Despite initially facing skepticism from others, Rex persists in warning them about the true nature of the Architect androids. The androids eventually reveal their allegiance to Zag-RS, leading to a conflict between the engineers and the androids. Meanwhile, Rex and Jacob venture into the tower to confront Zag-RS and deactivate the transmitter. Zag-RS demonstrates her control over nanites, making it difficult for Rex to ascend the tower. However, he manages to shut down the tower just in time. Agent 6 tracks down Rex and offers him the opportunity to stay in the village, but Rex declines, stating that while it may be nice, it doesn't feel like home. However, he proposes a condition. Rex, 6, Holiday, and Bobo must have a weekly family supper together every Friday night.
We have to do this every Friday?
Rex, Agent 6, and Bobo embark on a mission to stop a rampaging EVO, but the EVO reverts to its normal state before Rex can cure it. Providence investigates similar incidents and traces them back to packages containing an activating liquid for latent nanites. They suspect that Dr. Gabriel Rylander, an expert in evolutionary biology and nanotechnology, is responsible for these incidents. Rylander, who disappeared along with his son and wife prior to the Nanite event, is believed to be Rex's potential long-lost father. The group, including Dr. Holiday, Agent 6, Bobo, and Rex, venture into the Amazon jungle to search for Rylander. The group is attacked by Rylander's electronic centrites, but they manage to destroy them and continue towards the base. However, they arrive just as the pack, including Van Kleiss, Biowolf, Scalamander, and their EVO mounts, also reaches the location. While the others engage in a battle, Rex and Van Kleiss sneak into the base. Inside, Rex attempts to talk to Rylander, who confirms knowing him as his godfather rather than his real father. Rylander discloses that Rex's brother is still alive. Before they can delve deeper into the conversation, Rylander injects Rex with an abnormal nanite, provoking Rex's anger and demanding more information. Just as tensions rise, Van Kleiss arrives and incapacitates Rylander. Rex and Van Kleiss engage in a fight, with Van Kleiss initially gaining the upper hand. However, Rylander sacrifices himself by pushing Van Kleiss into a nanite reactor. The base goes into self-destruct mode and Agent 6 saves Rex. Rex feels more hopeful than ever as he finally begins to uncover some answers. Rex and 6 are assigned a mission in Hong Kong to deal with a gang of EVO criminals. During a bank robbery, Rex recognizes one of the criminals, Tuck, who reveals that they know each other. Intrigued by the possibility of uncovering his past, Rex convinces White Knight to allow him to infiltrate the group. Rex tracks down Tuck, who introduces him to the other members, Squid and Cricket. The trio proves their connection to Rex by showing their voice-activated nano ink tattoos, a countermeasure developed by Rex himself. They explain that they are being forced to commit crimes by an EVO crime lord named Quarry. Following their lead, Rex informs the authorities about a warehouse full of stolen goods. However, Quarry's enforcer, Knuckles, arrives and is easily defeated and cured by Rex. This prompts Quarry to reveal that Rex had betrayed his friends to him, causing them to turn against Rex and side with Quarry. Despite the betrayal, Rex decides to confront Quarry and shut him down. He invades Quarry's hideout, defeats his enforcers, and confronts Tuck, Squid, and Cricket in a fight. Quarry tries to bribe Rex with Rex's own diary, but Rex destroys it, standing up for his friends. The trio joins forces with Rex, and together they defeat Quarry. Providence is called in to arrest Quarry and his subordinates. Rex assures his friends that Providence will leave them alone as long as they avoid trouble. Rex and Bobo attempt to sneak out of the Providence for tacos, but are interrupted by a call from Cersei, who informs Rex about a problem in Abysus. Initially reluctant, Rex eventually agrees to help. Six allows Rex to go to Abysus, but only if he and Dr. Holiday accompany him. A satellite scan reveals that Abysus is completely destabilized. In Abysus, they encounter a giant unstable EVO. The pack, including Beowulf, Scalamander, and Cersei, arrives and helps defeat the EVO. The two groups exchange information and learn that while the pack doesn't know the cause of Abyssus' collapse, they know how to stop it. They bring Rex to a machine designed to stabilize Abysus, but he realizes it is meant to revive Van Kleiss. Rex decides to stabilize Abysus himself, which only worsens the situation. In a desperate move, Rex revives Van Kleiss, who quickly understands the problem and stabilizes the Abysus. Rex pledges loyalty to Van Kleiss, and in return, Van Kleiss saves Rex's loved ones. During a handshake, Rex cures Van Kleiss, turning him into a human. However, before he can be captured, Breach arrives and rescues Van Kleiss. Rex tries to convince Cersei to join them at Providence, but she chooses to stay with the pack in Abysus. While on the keep, Noah and Rex attempt to convince Captain Callan to let them pilot the ship for a short distance. Before Rex could even take a hold of the controls, their plans are abruptly interrupted by an unexpected attack from Van Kleiss and the pack. During the fight, Van Kleiss successfully manages to drain Rex's nanites, rendering him powerless. With an MRI scan, it becomes evident that all the nanites in Rex's body, with the exception of the abnormal one injected by Gabriel Rylander, have been completely drained. Dr. Holiday speculates that this particular nanite might be a control nanite. Building upon her theory, Dr. Holiday suggests that a sufficient concentration of nanites could potentially activate the control nanite within Rex. Motivated by this information, Rex decides to don a Providence uniform and enlists Bobo's help to fly him to Purgatory Base, where he replenishes his nanite levels. The process proves to be a success, not only restoring Rex's old powers, but also granting him new abilities. Excited by his newfound powers, Rex unveils his first new build, the Blast Caster, ready to take on Van Kleiss and his new ability of creating EVOs. After a grueling battle, Rex defeats Van Kleiss, who manages to escape through a portal created by Breach. Before Rex can pursue them, he utilizes his newly enhanced technopathic powers to deactivate all the bombs scattered throughout the area. Although Van Kleiss slips away for now, Rex remains undeterred. Providence is still undergoing repairs, so Rex and Bobo Haha have been temporarily living with Noah. Meanwhile, Rex has been dedicating himself to intense training in hopes of unlocking new builds using the control nanite, but his efforts have been unsuccessful so far. One day, Rex, Bobo, and Noah are called to the docks to confront a rampaging EVO. Upon arrival, Rex notices a distinct gold-colored handprint on the EVO, indicating that it was created by Van Kleiss. Rex quickly cures the EVO, realizing that it was a mere distraction orchestrated by Van Kleiss and the pack. The team discovers that the real objective was the theft of an energy core designed for Providence. Dr. Holiday calculates that this stolen energy core could power Abysus for a decade. Determined to stop Van Kleiss, Rex takes on Van Kleiss using the Blast Caster, but ends up getting outmatched. As Noah steps up to assist Rex by pinning Van Kleiss against the wall with a forklift, Van Kleiss takes advantage of the situation and transforms Noah into a Gorilla Dog EVO. After running some tests, Dr. Holiday concludes that it will be impossible to cure Noah. As Rex chases Noah into the subway, he faces Van Kleiss again. With the help of a new build, the Fun Chunks, Rex manages to beat Van Kleiss while simultaneously curing Noah. After getting back to Providence, Rex unlocks the water jet. After spotting Van Kleiss and the pack, including Cersei, Rex learns that they're planning on forming an alliance with No-Face for world dominion. Rex tries to talk sense into Cersei, but the two end up fighting. With Cersei's win, the pack hands him to Van Kleiss, who gives Rex to No-Face. This upsets Cersei as she acknowledges her feelings for Rex and begins to see Van Kleiss for who he truly is. A fight breaks out between the legions of No-Face and Van Kleiss, as No-Face wants to kill Rex for past humiliation, while Van Kleiss wants him alive. Rex uses this opportunity to flee and is backed by Cersei. However, just when they're about to be overwhelmed, Beowulf unexpectedly lends them a helping hand only because he wants to piss off No-Face. Later on, Circe admits her mistakes but states that she can't join Providence. In response, Rex subtly suggests her to join his friends in Hong Kong. With that, the two part on a good note. On his way back to headquarters, Rex notices a mysterious figure in an alley and decides to pursue him. However, as he enters the alley, he's unexpectedly ambushed by a peculiar group of individuals who overpower him and take him captive. When he regains consciousness, Rex finds himself aboard a Providence jump jet with Agent 6. Agent 6, known for being the 6th most dangerous person in the world, introduces Rex to the 2nd through 5th most dangerous individuals. Dos, an elderly Spanish gentleman, Trey, a French brawler, IV, a heavily bandaged man whose wrappings seem to be an extension of his body, and 5, a British rocker with pink hair. It turns out that these 5 individuals have abducted Rex with the intention of taking him to a remote island where their master, known as One, resides. One had begun to exhibit EVO-like characteristics shortly after the Nanite event, but has managed to resist complete transformation through immense willpower. However, once the group learns that One is incurable, a fight breaks out as Dos and the others want to kill One while 6 believes that he can still be helped. Rex, having had enough, reveals a new build, a pair of large navy-colored battle axes. In the end, 6 and Rex defeat the rest, and as final parting words, One tells 6 that he is proud of him. A peculiar man in an exceptionally strange suit infiltrates the Providence headquarters, specifically targeting Rex and claiming to be his long-lost brother named Caesar Salazar. To prove his identity, Caesar reveals a small scar on the back of Rex's right knee. Rex confirms the scar's existence, saying, "I always wondered how I got that." In an effort to explain himself, Caesar takes Rex to his research pod. Caesar reveals that he was one of the scientists involved in the Nanite Project, which ultimately led to the Nanite event. During the escape from the explosion, he inadvertently activated the ship's subspace engine, propelling him forward in time. In just 15 minutes of his subjective experience, 5 years had passed in reality. Later, Caesar decides to join Providence, while Rex is glad to have found his long-lost brother. He can't shake the feeling that they are strangers to each other, and the people at Providence who have been with Rex throughout his journey feel like his true family. A Providence team led by Dr. Holiday investigates a massive sandstorm that is expelling all nanites from the sea. While placing a sensor in the desert, Rex spots Van Kleiss with his band of trouble. A fight ensues between them, which causes Rex and Van Kleiss to be sucked underground. The Nanite issue pushes the two to work together. At one point, Van Kleiss states that he is as strong-headed as his mother, and as the situation grows dire, Van Kleiss tells Rex that he is willing to give him information of his past if he asks. Disinterested, Rex says that he asks Caesar for that now. Van Kleiss disagrees and states that Caesar isn't who he thinks he is. Coupled by Caesar's suspicious behavior, Rex shares information on Omega-1, and in return, Van Kleiss reveals that Caesar was the one responsible for the Nanite Project and the Nanite event. While taking a direct route to the center of the maze, Rex realizes that Zag-RS is behind all this. Van Kleiss then discloses that Zag-RS was a decontamination program designed to eliminate nanites that escaped from containment, and it was developed by none other than Caesar. To combat the formidable threat posed by Zag-RS, Van Kleiss and Rex reluctantly join forces. As Zag-RS constructs a makeshift mech body, Rex acts as a diversion while Van Kleiss targets her CPU processor, delivering a decisive blow that deactivates her. With the sandstorm subsiding and Zag-RS defeated, Rex realizes that Van Kleiss has vanished. Caesar reveals that he was the designer of Zag-RS, but he is puzzled by its transformation into a nanite slayer. In an attempt to understand the Nanite event, Caesar decides to reboot Zag-RS, hoping to retrieve vital information. However, Zag-RS's memory has been wiped, and Caesar suspects Van Kleiss as the culprit. Rex, on the other hand, becomes suspicious of Caesar's involvement, recalling Van Kleiss's warning about trusting him. Rex and Caesar embark on an experiment to restore Rex's lost memories, but things take an unexpected turn when the process triggers a reboot that transforms Rex into his full EVO form. To prevent further damage, 6 intervenes by destroying the machine, resulting in a burst of energy that erases 6 years of his own memory. 6 decides to give Providence a chance, and if the agent life doesn't suit him, he'll be on his own. White Knight reveals 6's past as a ruthless and unpredictable mercenary to Rex, and asks him to keep an eye on him. Rex follows 6 to Limbarb, a small country where a powerful EVO plant is in operation. 6's mission is to eliminate the EVO powering the plant, but he is joined by Trey and 5, who have been assigned to the same task. A fierce battle ensues among 6, Ray, Trey, and 5. Eventually, 6 emerges victorious, defeating Trey and 5. He turns his attention to Rex, ready to deliver a final blow. However, 6 hesitates when he realizes that Rex shows unwavering trust in him even in his darkest moments. Moved by Rex's faith in him, 6 decides to accompany Rex back to Providence. Rex takes on the mission to bring Breach in, recognizing her as a major security risk. He travels to Abysus using his new build, the Sky Slider, in a stealth suit. Upon reaching Abysus, Rex interrupts Van Kleiss's experiments on Breach and persuades her to escape with him. However, Breach remains distrustful of Rex and tests his understanding of her by taking him to various locations, including her pocket dimension and the library. In an attempt to show Breach a good time and build trust, Rex takes her to a bowling alley. Their moment of enjoyment is short-lived when Van Kleiss and the pack track them down utilizing the AMP pack to disable Breach's powers. Rex and Breach are forced to retreat. At a park, they encounter a Providence strike team, led by White Knight, who attacks Breach. Amid the chaos, Breach finds herself torn between Rex and Van Kleiss, feeling betrayed by both of them. Rex makes a decision to give Breach the power to send either him or Van Kleiss away by hacking the AMP pack and restoring her abilities. Surprising Van Kleiss, Breach chooses to send him through one of her time portals. However, her powers become uncontrollable due to a failsafe installed by Van Kleiss. As Breach's powers spiral out of control, Rex and Breach embrace each other, facing the uncertain fate of the unstable time portal. When Rex regains consciousness, he finds himself in the desert, initially fearing the worst. He manages to contact Providence, who brings him back to headquarters. There, Rex learns that White Knight's failure to capture Breach led to the introduction of Black Knight as Providence's new leader. After his 6-month absence, Rex learns that EVOs are being brainwashed by Caesar and Black Knight. Meanwhile, 6, Dr. Holiday, White Knight, and Bobo have formed a new organization to combat EVO contamination. Rex reunites with his crew and prepares to bring down the corrupt Providence. With the help of surveillance photos provided by White Knight, the crew learns that Providence is reconstructing the Nanite Project using Gabriel Rylander's equipment. Seizing the chance, they decide to infiltrate Providence, and Rex takes the opportunity to confront Caesar and is shocked to discover that Caesar and his colleagues were responsible for the original Nanite event and are now attempting to revive Gabriel Rylander. Later, White Knight reveals the true purpose of the mission: to retrieve a powerful item called a Meta-Nanite hidden in his old office. The Meta-Nanites contain fragments of the Dominion code, granting the possessor the ability to rewrite reality. White Knight fears that Black Knight, with her ambitions, will come after the Meta-Nanite, and they must prevent her from obtaining all 5 fragments. Despite White Knight's offer for them to back out, the team remains committed. Rex realizes that Caesar deliberately triggered the Nanite event in order to prevent the consortium from obtaining control over the Nanites. Circe's status as an X-Pack member comes in hand as she leads Rex to Abysus, where Meta-Nanite is located. After guiding Rex to the catacombs, which were frequently visited by Van Kleiss, Rex goes deeper into the lab, where memories from his forgotten past start resurfacing. The lab's security system almost kills Rex. However, upon recognizing Rex as a member of the Salazar family, the security system acknowledges his identity and grants him access to the Meta-Nanite. Dr. Holiday receives a scan indicating that something is emerging from the rift. Unbeknownst to Rex, he finds himself pitted against Ben in different alien forms, starting with Humongousaur and transitioning through Diamond Head, Lodestar, and Wrath. Rex, believing Ben to be an EVO mutated by rogue nanites, continues to fight and attempts to cure him, as he does with other EVOs. However, Ben becomes increasingly frustrated and demands that Rex stop, as he has no knowledge of who he is or what an EVO is. Transforming back into his human form, Ben is shocked to discover that despite being a celebrity in his own world, nobody in this unfamiliar reality recognizes him.
Ben 10? Like, the biggest hero in the world?
Later on, Caesar reveals to the two boys that the latest creature haunting their world is actually Alpha. He goes on to explain its origins and how he banished it to the Null Void. Ben deduces that Caesar actually sent Alpha into the Null Void, a prison dimension for intergalactic criminals that the plumbers capture, allowing Alpha to obtain a physical form within a cyborg alien and find its way back. The boys band together to fight Alpha. Later, Caesar uses his dimensional disruptor to send Ben back to his universe. Black Knight and her Black Pawns infiltrate the plant to retrieve the lost Meta-Nanites. During a confrontation with Rex, Black Knight reveals herself to be an EVO. Black Knight reveals that she was an experimental subject during the early days of the Nanite Project and boasts about powers that can surpass Rex's abilities. Meanwhile, Six learns from Black Knight that her black pawns are robots. This information helps him annihilate the droids. As Black Knight intends to kill Rex, Kleiss informs her that Rex contains the 5th Meta Nanite inside him. With Rex taken hostage, the band of evil joined by power-hungry consortium work together to extract the Meta Nanite's power. Kleiss reveals his true intention of harnessing the power of the Meta Nanites for himself from the start. He recounts how Rex's parents had foiled his attempts to activate the sequence in the past. As he prepares to absorb their powers, the reactor malfunctions, causing significant damage to Kleiss's biomechanical arm. Rex defies Six's attempts to stop him and enters the room to communicate with the Master Control Nanites, stating that only Rex has the ability to control the power in its pure state. Rex then gains godlike powers and uses it to cure EVOs around the world. Black Knight takes off with the consortium in hopes of keeping bits of their power. With the plague ending, Rex and Caesar embrace each other as brothers, and the episode ends with Rex fighting off a massive robot with his smack hand, since there ain't no rest for the wicked. And this concludes the entire timeline of the Generator Rex so far. If you enjoyed our video as much as we did making it for you, drop us a like and do subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon for more awesome tunes recapped on your feed. With that said, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.